Actually wanted to share, this is how I organize my plastic Tupperware, whatever you want to call it, my plastic stuff. I just do them by sizes, so all of the same size. They're usually typically around the same size. I mean, I will have some that are a little bit bigger that will go at the bottom, and the smaller ones will go at the top. I don't have too much of these anymore. I got rid of a lot of them, whatever. I mean, I've realized I don't need so much. And I bought this from the Dollar Tree years ago, and I've been using this system for years. This has to go in the dishes to wash. But I've been using this system, I mean, if you want to call it a system, but I've been using this for years. This is a Dollar Tree container, and all I do is I have all my lids the same sizes and whatnot, just snapped into each other. This is actually supposed to be pressed in together, and that's how it holds well. Like, it's not going to snap in like it should, but it doesn't matter anyways. I have a couple more lids that are drying. Yeah, and that's it. I mean, put small ones on the side. I did get rid of the ones that I wasn't using, which also was the containers I weren't using. And I just, anytime I need a lid, I pull this out, I get my lid, and I put this back in, and I have nothing falling over on me all the time. So just wanted to share that. I do have a couple lids for these round ones, and I always just stick it in the corner there because I think they're a little bit too big for this. To harvest a lot of peas. There's a set in the back here that I'm hoping I can be able to get all the way up there. You see all those peas up there? There's that whole branch there is ready to be harvested. So there's still a whole lot of flowers too that I need to. So as much as I'm gonna get a harvest now, I'm actually gonna get, oh my gosh, I get so excited. Look at these. Wow, that's a whole lot of peas. All of these as well need to be harvested. My word, I have a big harvest coming. I thought I was done for the year, but I am not. So I grated some garlic, I grated some ginger, I grated about 6 cloves. My camera was actually on pause. It wasn't recording. So yeah, I grated garlic, ginger, cut up green onions, carrots, onions, and bell pepper. I don't know how long my camera was off for, so but just about a teaspoon of ginger and about 5 cloves of garlic. So a long time ago, I remembered someone asked me, and this is something that I actually remembered throughout the years, and it's always stuck with me. So this is why it's also important to watch what you say to people, and just showing a little kindness can go such a long way. This is actually the opposite of that. This to me wasn't very kind. But someone asked me, what is it that I do all day? And this kind of was the inspiration behind this video. I thought I would first share the grocery haul that I would be sharing later on. But I figured, you know, this is something that's been, like, I remember this vividly. That person's like, what do you do all day? Like, what do you even, and I had one child at the time, and it was already so hard. My husband works 12-hour shifts, and it's just pretty much me, and I've been homeschooling and taking care of the home and just being a keeper of the home. And so many times I found that that is just so frowned upon. Like, everyone looks at it as something that is not successful, or just lazy, or not ambitious. And then at the end of our days, when we're wiped out and exhausted and have ran around the house doing what even can seem like nothing, a lot of times at the end of the day, we can look at our day and be like, what did I even do today? And in reality, I'm so exhausted from all of the things that I've done today, but yet it seems like nothing. And maybe that's just something that society has just ingrained in our mind, that being a homemaker, a keeper of the home, is not enough. But, you know, when that person said that to me, I just started thinking of all the things that I do on a daily basis. Just the repetitive things, and even sometimes the big things, the small things. It really doesn't matter. But what would your home look like if you didn't do those things? What would your family be if you didn't do those little mundane things, such as doing the dishes or the laundry or picking up after your toys, whatever it may be? You know, we do so much, and sometimes it's so unappreciated, especially by society, and everyone makes it seem like you're not a successful person, or you're not ambitious for staying home and choosing that. And as crazy as this may seem to others, to me, when I look at my children, when I look at homeschooling, when I look at the fact that I'm able to stay home and raise these children in a godly home and a God-fearing home, I see that as a success. I see that as ambition. I see that as something amazing. Yes, it's a generation ahead, but what you're doing right now is just building these little lives up. And you're also building your home. You're keeping your home. And that in itself, my friend, is a beautiful thing. So I know myself can so many times can feel like, am I doing enough? What else can I do? And I have done it all. I've started working at home, doing lots of things on the side, even the business. Sometimes when I bake, and I wear myself out thin to the bone, and then a lot of times I have to cut it off and say I need to take a break. I need it for myself. I need it for my family, because a lot of things get pushed back when you just try to do too much. And it's not worth it, because you've already done so much and you're already doing so much. So just think about that. If you ever have those moments where you feel like you're not doing enough, you feel like, is this the right decision? Should you be going out there? Because there are a lot of sacrifices that have to be made for you to stay home with your family. But I know for myself that that is the right decision, and I am oh so happy to do that, because to me, in my eyes, that is success. Just finished doing the dishes about 3 to 4 to 5 minutes ago. We've got a plate in there already and my cutting board, and a knife as well. Another dish, coffee. It never ends, okay? This is the real never-ending story of an adult life. It is what it is. Cut up some chicken breast, one piece of chicken breast into really like thin slices. I'm gonna marinate this with salt and pepper, a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of sesame seed oil. I do have my grater here, so I probably will grate a little bit of ginger and a little bit of garlic on there and just let it marinate for like maybe 15-20 minutes. The longer, obviously, the better. But I don't have that time right now, so I'm just going to marinate it for as long as I have. So, yeah. Okay, so I finally managed to get started on this. I put some sesame seed oil at the bottom of this. My heat is on like high heat. I cut up my chicken breast into small pieces. I seasoned it with soy sauce, salt and pepper, a couple drops of sesame seed oil. You don't need a lot. You really don't even need any, but I just like to season it a little bit with it. I also put a little bit of granulated sugar, grated garlic, and grated ginger in there. And I'm just kind of sauteing this just to give it a little bit of color and get it mostly pretty much cooked through. I let this marinate for a while. It's been marinating for about an hour or so. I thought I would only leave it for 15 minutes, but then you know how it is. Things get in the way, and yeah. So I'm just going to wait for this to cook through. The longer it marinates, the better, because you're just going to be eating like chunks of meat, so you want it to have a good amount of flavor. I want this to be, I pretty much want this to be fully cooked through, because once I add my noodles in and everything, there's just going to be a very little bit of heat, so you don't want to put any like raw chicken into your noodles. So I also made some chocolate donuts. These are my baked chocolate donuts. They're cake donuts pretty much essentially, and they're running with chocolate chips throughout. It's delicious. It's really easy to make. And I've been snacking on it, which is not a good thing. This is what happens when I cook late. I end up snacking, and yeah, it's not a good thing because I end up fooling myself on sugar, yeah. So you know what, I'm just going to take the quick and easy way. That's pretty much almost done. I'm just going to add that in. Why not? Because it's going to finish cooking. And just toss this all in. I am going to obviously add what's left over on my plate. Waste not, want not. Because this has to saute down and cook down. I'm going to add a little bit more sesame oil because my bottom of my pan is dry. Just about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons. Let's see. There we go. A little bit. You can use vegetable oil if you want, or olive oil. But of course, this gives it flavor. Just a little bit more. Now, most of the times when I'm cooking, I don't measure anything. Even baking, I usually, when I'm throwing something together as a quick snack, I usually don't measure unless I'm doing a specific recipe or unless I'm making something. Even a lot of times when I'm making things for the home bakery, I don't usually measure. But that's just how it is. But if you do want a detailed recipe on this or anything, just let me know. And whenever time comes around and I get time to do anything at all, I will share that with you. So I want that to just kind of cook down a little bit. So the onions cook down, the carrots cook down a little bit. Then I'm just going to add my things like my soy sauce, my hoisin, my oyster, a little bit of salt and pepper, and I'm going to show you what I like to add to my lo mein when I make it. Whatever type of lo mein it is, I always add a little bit of this, probably about 2 tablespoons or so of this sweet chili sauce. It doesn't have to be this brand, just any sweet chili sauce, and it makes it so good. The flavor is just So much better. It adds, I mean, you can add a little bit of sugar also to your lo mein. I don't typically add sugar to my lo mein. I add sugar to my fried rice. But not typically, yes, not typically my lo mein, but I do add this sweet chili sauce. Because this adds a great flavor to it, like a sweetness, a balance of tangy and sweet, and it just balances it out perfectly. It's about 2 tablespoons of sweet chili sauce. I always have this on hand. I always try to have this on hand. Yes, so then we're gonna add our oyster, our soy, and our hoisin. This is a soy sauce I buy. You can use coconut aminos. This is non-GMO soy sauce. It's not organic, but it is non-GMO, and it's just like about $1.36 for a bottle, I think, around that. Beautiful. And that smells amazing. You can smell all this stuff. You can even add a little bit of spice to this. Let me smell that. I think it's good without the spice. I think I'll just leave it without the spice. So let's just get adding our sauces here now. I usually go about 2-3 tablespoons of the hoisin, a couple tablespoons of oyster, about a 1/4 cup or so of soy. And the reason I'm adding this in before I add my noodles is the heat actually really awakens the flavor of these sauces. If you were to just add it on your noodles, you won't get the full effect of flavor because it's not getting awakened. Like, you want to awaken the flavor, okay? It's sleeping right now, and you need to wake it up. Give it a little nudge. Okay, let me put my phone down, open this bottle, and our sweet chili sauce, about 2 tablespoons. I mean, you can go 1 tablespoon because, I mean, there's a little kick to it. Mix that sauce around. Once it starts to sizzle again, I'm going to add my noodles and toss everything together. Season it with a pinch of salt and pepper because all of this already has sodium in it, so it really doesn't need much. But just a tiny bit, especially if you've already cooked your stuff in your noodles and salt water and all that. So doesn't that just look so good already? I mean, so good already. You can pretty much just serve this as is if you want to just serve it on top of rice. Why not? But we are making lo mein today, okay? Lo mein today. I'm going to get my noodles. Now I have some linguine noodles here. This is organic linguine noodles, pasta, if you want to call it that. I can't seem to find egg noodles anywhere around me. And if I do, it's like ramen noodles, and I've tried it with the ramen, and it just doesn't work well with organic as well. I try to get as much organic as possible. We don't always eat organic, but I try to whenever I can. I just think it's important. My little ones are growing. And if I can, I mean, obviously not in every single thing. I just dropped a noodle there. Oh, whatever. If I can, I do like to try and get as much organic as possible. Obviously, they still eat a lot of junk, and you'll see in the grocery haul coming up. I bought chocolate for them, and yeah, so it's balance, right? Balance. But especially with pastas and stuff like that, they spray with a lot of stuff. I mean, look at that, guys. Just let me stop talking and just look. I mean, this would be easier to do with 2 hands. I'm literally holding the phone, and I'm actually looking through my screen here at what I'm stirring, which probably is not the best thing to do. I could also put this up on my tripod, but that requires more work, and I don't really want to do it. But let's just put the phone down for a second and stir this real well. Oh, that looks amazing. It smells amazing. I have some little noodles here. I don't know if I should. I probably will add it. My little ones will like it, so I'll just add it. It's a good thing I didn't cook the whole box. Because I was like, is this gonna be enough noodles? But lo and behold, it surely is. And you just cook your pasta till al dente and like you're done, bro. I mean like okay, let me stop. But honestly, you're done. Like, it's so simple. Like, just throw things together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but it's good though. It's easy, it's quick, and sometimes that's what we need in our life, is a quick and easy something. Turn that off. That's pretty much done. I do still have some here. My little ones actually love to snack. Like, they like to snack on this pasta. Cooked pasta, just as is. I don't know. Am I the one's the only one who like to do that? Like to eat just plain pasta like that? I mean, it's not bad. I'm snacking on it right now. So, hey. Delicious though. It really isn't that much, even though it seems like it's so much more. Here is the groceries that were delivered to the door. I'm going to get this and put it on the shelf and put it on the island for you guys to show you what it's like, what I got. Okay, so let's do this. Alright, so this is literally it. It's really not that much. It seems like a lot because it cost a lot, but it really is just a very little bit. Let's start with the junk, why don't we? Let's start with the junk, the good stuff, right? I just felt like having some chocolate, guys, like some chocolate. Now, honestly, most of this isn't for me. And actually, this was a substitution as well. I did get the fruit and nut, which is my husband's favorite, but they substituted it with this, and unfortunately, it was too late for me to say, no, forget about it, but got these for my girls. Thought they would like it. Cadbury caramel eggs. They love these Kinder Buenos, so I got that for them. And this I got for us for when we make popcorn. I usually, I love to make like a salty sweet popcorn. So I make our popcorn and then I sprinkle M&Ms in there. So that is for that. And pretzel M&Ms is one of my favorite ones as well. I did get some of this Earth Balance. What is it? Butter for our bread. And I just picked up one. Now listen, this whole week from since Wednesday, I think it was Wednesday or Tuesday, I was like, should I do a delivery? Should I do a delivery? I ordered a bunch of stuff. I canceled the order. I ordered it again and I canceled it last night because I'm like, no, I'll just go on Monday. To do the whole big pickup. But then as I was going to pick up, because the store that I get the delivery from and the store where I get my pickup from are two different stores. So my pickup, they didn't have the Arnold organic bread, they didn't have the M&Ms, and they didn't have the organic romaine. I mean, I can do without the M&Ms, and I can get substituted the Great Value organic bread or the Dave's bread. But the organic lettuce, I would rather have the organic than the non-organic. So I said I would go on Monday. Didn't happen. I just said, you know what, let me just go ahead and do a small fill-in for this week. And maybe, Lord willing, on Thursday I'll go back or the following week. So that's why it's not too much. Because typically I would get two 4-packs of butter for baking. I already have in the fridge, but it's just a fill-in. We don't have any much fresh fruits left. Another reason why I really wanted to get some stuff was from fresh fruit. Like my body is just craving fresh fruit. So I got some bananas. I know this is not ripe and ready to eat yet. Maybe. I don't like my bananas too ripe, but then this is definitely not ready. Some milk, a gallon of organic milk. I did get a bell pepper. I might make meatloaf tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday, and for Saturday and Sunday. Some tomatoes, just because I was planning on making sandwiches today, actually. But I ended up making the lo mein. because I said I would make the sandwiches, I would get some salami from the grocery store, some bread from the grocery store, and make it. But then I'm like, I canceled the order. So I woke up this morning and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have placed the order. So I made the lau mein and I got it delivered, and now it's afternoon time. Can I keep rambling on about random things? I did get 2 bunches of cilantro. I do have my culantro outside. I still have to plant my cilantro. It's probably not the best time to plant it because it's going to be so hot soon. But I do buy cilantro because even though I have my bandana outside, my culantro, I use cilantro sometimes just to give that a break. Avocados. Love avocados. These are hard, so they will be ready for next week when I use for my meatless meals and tacos or whatever for next week. Fresh grapes, I can have that right now. I'm telling you, I am craving fresh fruit, as well as some organic cucumbers. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe these dry, and I'm going to wrap them up in some napkins or paper towels and put it in the fridge. If I was to just leave this like this and put it in the fridge, in a couple days they would go bad. So I really need to wrap them up because I need this mostly for next week. Or if the girls want it for snacking, that's fine. But I know on meatless meals, I like to serve this and stuff like that. So tomorrow is the weekend. We have meatloaf. And if we have company coming over, I'm going to make an air fryer chicken. Some beef bone broth. I thought I'd make sandwiches today and some soup with some bone broth. But that didn't happen. But I love beef bone broth. I love having that on hand. So it's really great. Let's just check the nutrients in this. Like, there's literally nothing in here. Just a little bit of protein. But it tastes good. But there's some protein, a little bit. There's some fat for sure. Some carbs. Lots of sodium. Anyways, it is organic bone broth. I like, if it's for soup, it's always good flavor. 1 thing of orange juice, because again, it was just a small fill-in. The organic lettuce, some organic broccoli, some popsies for the littles. And of course, this is for the littles and this is for the littles. They're going to be excited. Some salami. I'll place this in the freezer. We can have sandwiches, or I typically use salami on my pizza. I may plan to do pizzas next week. I do have to order from Target. That's where I get my organic pizza sauce, my organic spaghetti, and all those things. And I need to get that haul going. I need to do that grocery. I need to get that going. Cage-free eggs. I have organic in the fridge that we use for boiling eggs and frying eggs and cooking potato salads and stuff. But for baking, I like to just use cage-free eggs, especially if I'm doing separating my eggs, egg whites and egg yolks. And sometimes I don't use the egg whites or I don't use the yolk. I don't like to waste organic eggs because they're kind of pricey. And I got some green onions in the back there. 1 thing of ground turkey. I think they only had 1 from what I saw online. There was only 1 of this 10% fat. And this is like almost $4 now. I mean, it used to be the 7% fat was like almost $4. I don't know, guys. You know the prices of things these days. Some chicken breasts, $6.94, and some chicken thighs, $8.63. Online, they said that the chicken thighs were $6 and this was $8. But it's obviously it's by weight is what they have in the store at the time. So that's fine. Really small haul here, but it cost over $100. I will, especially with tip and everything. That's another reason why I was like, I'll go pick it up myself because, you know, you have to spend the extra on the tip, which is not a necessity. I could have gone and picked it up myself, but I'm like, oh, I just don't know what to do. So I got it. It's what it is because I kept putting it off for so long. Let me stop rambling on. Put these things in the fridge. I'm gonna have the girls do this because this is their mess, this is their responsibility. They're responsible for cleaning up after their toys, their bedrooms, and you know, they have their own little specific chores, but they're gonna have to clean this area up themselves here. I'm just gonna pack away the cushions and whatnot. I did do a good cleaning around her desk yesterday. I threw away pretty much almost a whole garbage full. That's why I still have the broom there. Things that just she doesn't really need anymore. Books that are old, things that she doesn't use, arts and craft projects that are just, you know, it's time to let it go. So I did that yesterday, but it still is needing a good decluttering, and I'm going to be decluttering. I've already decluttered a lot of our books in our library, but I still have her desk to work on and our library still to go through, and I have to let go of some books as well, so because it's just too much, it's overflowing. So this cupboard here, I have a bunch of stuff that needs cleaning. I am dreading going through this because it's just gonna be a mess. But this is where we have our homeschool stuff at the bottom here as well. I have some random books that I pulled out from a bookshelf in our library room. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sort this out, and it's gonna be like I'm gonna have to pull out a lot of stuff and store it for 2 years because of our state laws for homeschooling. I have to keep certain things for 2 years. I don't have to keep everything, I just have to keep at least something. But yeah, this is of this room at the moment. I mean, I have books behind of books, and this is why I need to declutter. Again, books behind of books, books behind of books. Actually, this is supposed to be in there, but yeah, I have a lot to declutter, and I don't want to do that. I've already done it, and I feel like when I go through these things, when I go through decluttering my books, I'm like, oh, my younger can use this when she starts to read, and I can use this for school, and these are great chapter books to have on hand, and these cost so much money. And I do sell some books. I mean, there are some groups where use children books and stuff like that, especially Usborne books. Usborne books are very pricey books. And I used to be an Usborne consultant at one time, and I bought a lot of books from Usborne. So to get rid of those books, they hurt, man. It hurts to get rid of those books. But there are a ton of toys since like birthdays and whatever. I have homeschooling books and books that I've never used. I need to get rid of this. I need to just really just get rid of it. More dictionaries, medical dictionaries, books, more books. This is a Saxon 8.7. I actually realized that I bought used. Wow, look at the size of this book, man. Goodness. I realized that I thought I was looking over it on Christian book, making sure I had everything that I need. I do need to order The Good and the Beautiful again, but I'm like, no, I don't have 7-6. She's going into 7th grade. Can't even remember. She's going into 7th, so I need to get the other one for her as well. This is all of those Apologia books, and I need to move some of these out. This is the knotgrass we'll be using coming up in school, so I'm going to have to take these out and put them in the other shelf and bring the other knotgrass book here. These are some school chapter books. I did put one of the Saxon books from last we just completed. These are some school books that she's going to have to be reading. The C.S. Lewis books, and a lot of other books. She just finished Charlotte's Web. Whoo, yeah, so that is it for now. I don't know. The decluttering is like, to me, it's something that I don't want to, I need a day. I need a dedicated day to do that because I just can't. By the way, I love this. I love it. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. I mean, such a beautiful reminder every time I come down and I see that. I mopped these floors just a couple days ago. I swept it just yesterday. I swept. So we got balloons everywhere because my littles just love to play with balloons. Because we had a couple birthdays and we still have a pack of balloons and they're forever asking to have another balloon, have another balloon, have another balloon. So I'm in our guest room here and I have bags of clothes and bags of toys that I have been decluttering, and on the bed here as well to pack away, to donate, give away, and also, anyway, my daughter's friend just loves to prank me. So, I gotta pack this away too. I have totes with clothes that I have my daughter, my baby clothes that I'm keeping, and then older clothes for my other daughter to have. That's it for now. There's gonna be chores for tomorrow. There's gonna be cleaning, mess, laundry, dishes, things to do. There will always be a mess. So I'm going to just finish up the things that I have to do, which is like scrubbing the bathroom and doing the little things. I really want to put these clothes away so I can sort things out. I have bags of donation things. I've been decluttering the house as well, trying to simplify. But that is it for now. So I will see you guys next time. All right, bye.